Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से.
At the third time of asking, Pakistan get the job done and secure their first points of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2024. They chased down Canada's 106 with 7 wickets in hand and 15 balls to spare. We look back at that Group A contest from New York on Maruti Suzuki Arena. Presents ESPN Cricket for Timeout, powered by Dish TV Watcho, in the company of Urooj Mumtaz and Niall O'Brien. Thank you, Niall and Urooj, for your time. Urooj, what's the bigger relief, getting the points or finally getting to witness a game devoid of drama?
Both, I guess. 2 points are very important in terms of getting Pakistan's campaign up and running and still keeping what's in their control alive. They're winning the game. Also, slightly devoid of drama. The Rizbar show came in between. They obviously together scored 86 of 86 together in between and got them close to a point where virtually the loss was impossible. So I would have probably could have still been a case of them trying to do it slightly earlier. I know hitting on the surface wasn't quite easy, and they still continue to keep Fakhr at 4, which I thought could have been experimented with, considering the lowest total and the fact that they've done enough to set a platform for their strikers to then maybe have a chance to try and finish this slightly more earlier.
Yes, 86 of 86 combined between Rizwan and Babar, as Urooj points out. A strike rate of 100, but if I may do a recall to what we discussed pre-match, this one will count as one where their 30-plus scores were at better than the match strike rate. Niall, from Canada's perspective, they didn't give themselves too much to defend. Overall thoughts on how they went about that attempt?
I thought Canada bowled pretty well. You know, they caused Pakistan batters plenty of problems throughout the innings. You know, they used the surface, they hit the pitch as we expected them to do. They've got 2 very tall seamers in Gordon and Hayliger, and they just thumped away at the surface. I think we all know that they needed probably 12 or 15 more runs, which would have given Pakistan a stiffer chase. But truth be told, I think Canada, when they walked off the field, we could see they looked quite happy with how they went about their business. They've been beaten by a better side who played a more diligent professional performance, but Canada did pretty well today.
Yeah, and might I congratulate Niall O'Brien for what was truly some sort of a call. Predicted a composed, unbeaten 50 for Mohammad Rizwan. Those were your exact words, and wow, that's rung true. Wonder what that does to your balances. But Urooj, coming to that effort, your thoughts? Just a more detailed look at Rizwan's innings and Babar's, the partnership. Was there any moment where you felt, once you had got into the last 8 or 9 overs with 9 wickets in hand, the ante could have been up, keeping a look at that net run rate?
Again, the quality or the style of those two players, they're not natural 6 hitters. And on a difficult surface, I pointed out that the Canadian seamers kept hitting that length, which was difficult to hit anyways. And the two of them coupled are not big 6 hitters, which just made it a little bit more difficult for them to up the ante or up the strike rate. But it was what was required. The two of them definitely had to stitch a partnership together. Again, it just doesn't bode well with the quality or the style that they bat with. Them to finish the game with big hits. We saw 1-4 in the 6th over, which was the first and only in the power play. That was again something that Pakistan needs to improve and make better. We saw 1-6 from Babar, 1-6 from Rizwan. But I don't think they could have done anything more. Had it been Fakhr or Osman promoted, it could have been a different story. But I think more importantly, get 2 points in the bag, and still with 15 deliveries left in the game, I'd imagine the run rate will probably take a positive hit.
Niall, your thoughts on the way Rizwan and Babar batted through, and could they have done anything differently?
Well, I think they tried. You can even see Mohammad Rizwan, the back end of his innings, he was trying to up the ante and trying to take the game, finish the game sooner, but it was almost the harder you tried, the more difficult it got. So I think they set the stall pretty early. Points are the most important thing. We'll have a look at the net run rate at the back end of the innings, but I think Pakistan are just setting themselves up, get the win, and then hopefully results go their way, and then they can take down Ireland in the last game.
Yeah, and just to that point, I'll quickly glance at the points table to see the difference. Pakistan now go up to 0.19. US are on 0.63 as things stand. What we knew coming into this game is that if US were to lose both their games by a margin of around 18, chasing 140, then 2 wins of 10 runs apiece would be enough for Pakistan. So that's what the net run rate calculation is. They've covered a bit of the ground. Now they're also obviously hoping that for this scenario to play out, USA are losing matches. Hopefully they are losing some of them by bigger margins. But the other interesting thing to keep an eye out as this group, we'll see India play US in New York, after which the caravan moves to Florida, which is where Niall O'Brien is presently. And Niall, it's been pouring down there, isn't it?
I'm the witch doctor. I'm the weather doctor now. I tell you what. When I woke up at 4 a.m. local time to have a call with family back home, and it was lashing rain at 4 a.m. and it's still lashing rain, and it's 2:10 local time. So that does not bode well if you're a Pakistan fan.
Yes, Friday is USA versus Ireland, and then Sunday is Ireland versus Pakistan, both those games in Florida. Urooj, I don't want to be like a naysayer, but you're really hoping the weather gods don't come into the picture now.
Well, that's the last thing Pakistan would want, because then it's a matter of staying on 3 points, and US, all other equations just go out the window. Doesn't matter who beats how much by who wins, doesn't win, and that's it. And that's the door firmly shut on Pakistan. So they'll hope for the weather gods to stay up. They'll hope for a good win against Ireland and USA to be sort of thumped, so that their net run rate takes the hit. That's the problem. See, we're hoping for too much. We've got too many fingers and toes crossed, and hoping for a lot of things to go in our favor, and that's been Pakistan's trouble. They let things slip, and then unfortunately we end up looking and hoping for other things to go in our favor. So that's where Pakistan's World Cup stories and their chapters keep getting included. I mean, USA should have been a win. India, the position that they were, should have been a win. Today's win would have made sure that Pakistan, irrespective of Ireland, would have gone through.
Yeah, and it did happen at the last edition as well, and it did work out for Pakistan, where they needed a lot else to go their way, and it happened by way of Netherlands beating South Africa. So strange things do tend to happen at these World Cups. It's time for us to tuck into our rapid fire review of this contest. There'll be 20 seconds to each of you when I pose a question your way. I'll start with you, Urooj. Your thoughts and a rating on that match-winning innings from Mohammad Rizwan.
Yeah, 10 out of 10, because it was required to get the 2 points first, and him and Babar had to be the two key because of the tricky surface. And in the end, a runner ball in a total that required it for it to be less, and a bat through was very important. So yeah, good innings.
Niall, with 9 wickets in hand, did Pakistan miss a trick by not trying to finish the game earlier?
Yeah, 100%. I think they could have tried to knock that total off 13, 14 overs. Even 10, 12 balls earlier would have been made another significant hit on the run rate. So definitely a missed opportunity, albeit 2 points very well where needed.
Right. Urooj, Saim Ayub didn't get the runs today, but should Pakistan persist with him at the top of the order?
Yeah, again, like we've discussed this at length, they've got the 5 openers. It only means whoever gets to bat up the order. If they can continue with Saim up the order, that means Fakhr obviously will stay at 4 and Osman comes in even further at 5, where his numbers aren't great. So if that's the combination they go, I'd still like to see Fakhr come in at 3 and Babar slip that. But definitely open with Saim or Fakhr, one of them.
All right. Niall, how did Aaron Johnson manage to score as big on a day when all the other Canadian batters struggled as much?
Aaron Johnson was brave in his approach. He was attacking. He was fearless. He used his power. He stuck to his limitations. He hits through the line of the ball nicely. That's what you need to do in that New York surface. You need to hit powerful shots down the ground. Don't think square the wicket. Don't get funky. Bat like Aaron Johnson.
Urooj, what was the most impressive aspect of Pakistan's bowling?
Mohammad Amir, through and through. I think barring his first delivery, he was very quick to realize length. He used his change-ups, again, length with his cross-seam deliveries. He dropped pace slightly more towards the back 2 of his overs. The remaining 2 that he bowled, but he stuck at a length and he bowled 17 dots in his 4 overs. He was by far the pick of the bowlers, and a great turnaround from the game against USA. India, he bowled really well and set the tone, and again today against Canada.
Yes, Mohammad Amir with 2 for 13 is also the player of the match for this one. Niall, I'm going to throw one to you. This is out of the script, but I'll give you your 20 seconds to predict what will happen weather-wise in Lauderhill over this weekend.
Oh my word, I've got 20 seconds. The sun will shine, runs will flow, wickets will be broken. The Irishman will be having a lovely time on and off the field. I'm going to go see some alligators. I watched some ice hockey last night. I'm loving life.
Beautiful, beautiful. I knew we'll get something special. That's why I threw that in. On that note, that's a good enough note to wrap proceedings for the day. There is a comment, a very kind comment coming your way on our stream, Niall. So I'll read that out to you. It comes from a handle called ZZ Gaming, which says, "Love you, Niall O'Brien, one of my favorite cricketers from old days. Love from Bangladesh King." Now, whether this is some inside joke...
Let me reply. Let me reply to this. Api Kamanachan, Balo Action.
Wow. I didn't see that coming, of all the things. It was a Pakistan match day. We should have known that there will be something that will happen which is completely unpredictable. So thank you, Niall, for ticking that quota, since we didn't get much of that from New York. On that note, it's time on the show. Thank you so much, Urooj Mumtaz and Niall O'Brien, for your company through this game. Pakistan beat Canada by 7 wickets, get their campaign up and running, stay alive in the competition. Download the ESPN Cricinfo mobile app for all the reactions and the analysis. Haris Rauf has come out at the press conference to speak on Pakistan's first win. You'll get the lowdown on everything from this game on the ESPN Cricinfo mobile app. And we'll be back here live in our studios just before toss time for India versus USA, which is Wednesday evening if you're on the subcontinental clock. So be sure to join us then on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout, powered by Dish TV Watcho.
Introducing the epic new Swift. Time to go swifting.
वॉचो ऐप पे देखो एक OTT के दाम पे सारे OTT शान से।
Watcho.